What's up, everybody? This is Jimmy with Trading Decoded. It is October 31st. Happy Halloween, 2024, 3:34 in the afternoon. I am well aware that the market is not closed yet, but it doesn't even matter because today we had the largest group of winning traders in the first 20 minutes of the day that I think we've had in our entire history. In fact, there was at one point no red traders and north of 60 green traders, which is awesome because that allows you to be one and done. We caught a move that we were ready for, and it gave us more than what we were hoping for. And those are the best kinds of trades to get into, guys. But like always, we're going to cover what we did, what we saw, why we took what we took, subsequent trades that followed after. And quite frankly, there was very few people left in our community by 11 o'clock that were still interested in trading. So we called it a day at lunchtime. Not everybody was green today. And as the chart starts to chop and be less clean as it was this morning, people are going to still try and trade, even if they were blue book, meaning no trades yet, or red book. They're going to want to not be red and try and trade to green, or green but not green enough. I mean, I've heard it all. We've all done it all, right? All the reasons that we can continuously tell ourselves to keep trading. You know, there's always going to be a reason to keep trading as far as we're concerned because we're addicted to trading. I mean, trading's fun. It's fun to win and you want to win more. It hurts to lose and you don't want to lose, so you play to win, right? And try to undo the loss and hopefully end up green. But oftentimes when you get green after that scenario, you're not green enough. So the pain dissipates and the joy comes in and then the greed sets in and then oftentimes you make matters worse. So the one and done is a philosophy that a lot of people need to try. I'm telling you, just had a person brand new in our community here for a week, had her first green week of her entire trading journey, trading options. She's been trading for 6 months, which is not a long time in the grand scheme of things, but she's never had a successful green week. This week, she finished it. You know what she did? She traded less and she had some discipline and followed some rules. That was it. And she's already seeing the difference in the benefits to trading less. She said herself, and you know who you are, yada, yada. She said herself, and she's getting consistently 1% or more account growth per day. Okay. Now that doesn't seem like a lot to a lot of people, but any full number percentage growth on your account is a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay. She's in the stage of trying to find consistency. When she finds that consistency, she's going to be comfortable. When she becomes comfortable, she's going to hesitate less. When she hesitates less, she'll get more of the moves she's trying to get. And then she can justify scaling up. And that's where the magic of the way we trade actually happens. Learn the proper way to do it. Then execute what you've learned to build the confidence to take the comfort to scaling up and keep doing what you've been doing the whole time, just with a little bit larger position size. Next thing you know, you're making day job money and you're quitting work early. You're quitting work early. To see so many people by 9:40 this morning being done, making more than many of them make in a day or a week at their day job is a beautiful thing. Yes, the chart continued to go down later. Who cares? What makes you think you're going to catch the move that happens when you're not in it in the right direction? You'll tell yourself, man, if I was here, I'd have made $1 million today. Not necessarily. I watch people develop a bias all day long because the chart's moving one way. Then we have a massive move in the other direction. And guess what? They're still looking for puts while the market's going up. So yes, we got a nice big move to the upside. They didn't take advantage of the downside. You get frustrated, you get FOMO, you get all these things. Starts to go up, but now you have puts ingrained in your head because we traveled down for hours. You won't be able to see the clean entry for the calls. So you'll be timing the top, trying to catch a reversal for puts. I've watched it happen thousands of times over my time of doing this. I've done it myself plenty of times. Guys, trading more doesn't equal more money. Just going to leave it at that. With that, let's go ahead and launch charts and see what we got going on, what we were looking for. As you can see, we have several targets low today because, well, we took out our first three pretty early in the day, so we have to add more as the chart continues to move down. But like always, we do our call put scenario. Our call scenario was a candle breach above 576.42. And the put scenario was a breach of 575.50. What we were hoping for on the 575.50 is a move down to the first target low below that, which was 575.16. Not a huge move, 35, 40 cents-ish. We closed below that line, so we stayed in, hoping to get to the next one. We closed below that line, we stayed in, hoping to get to the next one. We get to the next one, we struggle to move lower. That's when we start saying, hey, every time we cross these lines, by the way, and the reason we stayed into that was because ADD was still printing red. We like red on ADD. Qs at the time was coming down pretty happily. Everything we wanted to see to stay in that trade worked out. Now, for the first time in this trade, both Qs and SPY hit a support at the same time. I always tell people in the community, if Qs and SPY hit a support level or a resistance level at the same time, you should consider taking profits. Think of it like this. Not only do you have support on SPY, you also have support on the Qs. Well, we know Qs likes to control SPY if they're both at levels of buying while you're in puts. Think about it. Just think about it. You don't have to get out there, but you've got twice the buying power to help hold that level because Qs are holding, SPY is holding. They both hit support at the same time. If you are coming up to a support level while you're in puts on SPY and Qs is in an area where it's got more room to go to the downside, especially if ADD is moving down too, stay in the trade. I tried to hold people in this trade a lot longer. A lot of people made good money on this drop this morning. It was a great day. For those who didn't get it there, we found another opportunity to get it. Lower highs, we closed below support. We're looking for the move to continue right back down to the same support, but because this time we're coming off lower highs, we're hoping that the support fails. It does, and it continues down even farther. We don't know which support's going to hold, which one's not going to hold, but we knew we had Qs off of lower highs. We knew we had Qs between two levels. So again, if SPY, let's just say at 945, you're in a trade, okay, and Qs just broke support. In fact, this is exactly what happened. Qs just broke support at 945. Look at how much room they have to go before they hit their next known support level. If SPY hits its support before then, believe that the Qs are likely to continue down, especially if they continue down to their support, to drag SPY farther down. That's how we use the Qs to help us on our SPY trades, right? And if ADD is still doing this number here to the downside, that's even more of a reason to hold on to those puts a little bit longer. Guys, don't scare yourself out of profitable trades. Just prevent yourself from giving up all of that profit by putting a stop loss in place. Put a stop loss somewhere in profit so that no matter what happens, if you completely take your hands off the keyboard and it keeps going in your direction or not, you still stop out in profit. Now, in a case like this where it continues to drop, I recommend that you trail your stop. Doesn't have to be super tight, but don't take yourself out of a good winning trade. Just protect yourself in the event that it stops being a good winning trade. You could still win. You'll just give up a little bit of the profit that you weren't planning on having in the first place. Okay? Trail your stops. Trail your stops. It's okay if you get stopped out. We're setting our trailing stops after we've made it through our original goal. Meaning if you bought here, we were aiming for the low of day on SPY. If you held through that, you're just adding more than what you expected on your original trade plan. Don't worry about getting stopped out. oh, I might get wicked out, so I can't put a stop loss. That's foolish. Okay? The very first thing we tell people every single day when a trade that we're in works out, while this was printing, so guys, if you got a little bit of profit cushion there, go ahead and put your stop losses at break even. Let's plan for the worst, hope for the best. If it doesn't make it down to our target, or it does and it reverses back, no harm, no foul. You've lost nothing. Okay? If we get through that line, hold on to it. Now put a stop in profit. Hope that it continues lower. Take advantage of more of the move, more than what you were planning on in the first place. Guys, today was a great chart for all the reasons that we are looking for. Lower highs, pullbacks to resistance, while the Qs are pulling back to resistance during a downtrend. ADD was in our favor. I mean, everything was selling off this morning, and it was beautiful. And when you catch any part of some of this, all of this, portions of this, it's good to be green. Stop focusing on how much money you're making today and focus on stringing together green days. If you're currently a consistently red trader, think about this, and then we're going to wrap it up because I got nothing else to talk about, guys. We hit all kinds of levels today, both to the downside, the upside. They all work extremely well. I mean, but think of it like this. If you haven't found success in trading, even like Yada's situation, she hasn't had a green week since she started trading options. Now, she's been with us for a week. She had her first green week this week. I didn't even bother asking her, how green is it? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Because if you've never been green on a week before, I don't care if you're green by $5. It's an improvement. It's an achievement. It's something you've not done in your time trying to get that before. You have to prove to yourself that you can do this, because then you will gain the confidence. Without confidence, you're going to be trading afraid. When you trade afraid, you make hesitation, you make mistakes, you hold in hope. It just becomes a domino effect that ends up cascading and costing you a fortune. Guys, stop focusing on big dollars. Focus on the consistency. Focus on the process to bring you that consistency and stick to it. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and it is doable with proper training. Meaning, just like you would train for a marathon to be able to run it, you can train to learn how to trade and be consistent so that you can run this marathon too. This is not a casino. If you treat it like that, you will lose, just like the casino treats everybody else who tries to gamble. All right? The reason casinos want you to stay in the building longer is because you're eventually going to lose to the odds. The house always wins. Carry that mentality into the stock market. Get in, get your piece of the pie, be happy with what you've got in, unscathed, get out, and do it again tomorrow. Because the longer you stay in this casino, the more likely you are to give up the profits you made on any of your trade. And more often than not, we have a bad day made worse when we try and make it better. You don't have to believe me, but if you're a trader and you're watching this video, you already know exactly what I'm talking about because you've done it before. I've done it enough times. That's how I know exactly what we do as traders. It hurts and it sucks, but it's rectifiable. Trade less. Trade less. Okay? Remember the pain that comes with breaking rules and forget about the times that you were lucky when you break them. Okay? We're going to leave it at that. I hope you all had a fantastic day today. I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, tomorrow's going to be a half day, so you won't have a video from me. I hope you all have a fantastic Halloween. Spend some time with your kids. They're going to love tonight, and we don't get this time back, right? There's something I learned the other day. Not learned, but there's a saying I heard the other day that resonated pretty hard with me. Time is the currency that we constantly spend without ever knowing what the available balance left is. And when you think about things like that, you might start to think about what's really important in life. And that's where life becomes super gratifying. Okay. We have a finite amount of time. We can't buy more of it. We know it's going to end when we don't know when it's going to end. All right. So treat every day like it could be your last, and just have a wonderful time. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.